Well, thank you so much for that introduction to this amazing opportunity that we're going to share with you today. Xango and Zalo, the brand new division of Zalo that launched last year that set MB30ers, you'll hear a little bit more about that in a minute, or people who want to become a millionaire or bust, on fire. And I have never been more excited than I am right now to be able to share this incredible opportunity with you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Collie Butler. I'm a 500K premier, a multi-million-dollar earner, and a professional storyteller. You know, I tell stories for a living. I started telling a story about 11 and a half years ago about this magical fruit called the mangosteen. This mangosteen had more botanicals in it than any other botanical ever discovered. It had these molecules called xanthone molecules that had a wide variety of benefits for the body. I had never heard of that before, and as I researched it, I found out there were thousands of years of folklore behind this mangosteen, yet current modern science and research. And I said to myself, wow, if this product works, we're going to make millions. And folks, the product worked, and we did make millions. As a matter of fact, over 100 people earned more than $1 million in commissions. This is money that was deposited into their bank accounts in just the first 10 years alone. And of course, that number has gone significantly higher since then, and we now have a $1 million club and a multi-million-dollar club, which are people who've earned significant income. Now, our company is very special that way, and we're going to teach you why. But along the way, it's time for Xango Generation Next. And we, the first generation of Xango millionaires, are looking to form new partnerships. We are looking to mentor new partners who are looking for more, who are coachable and consistent, and who know the score. Now, Xango is not a new kid on the block. We are 11 and a half years old, and we have earned some of the highest accolades of any company. We've broken records every step of the way. We've broken records for the biggest launch of a new product into the health market or into direct sales, into network marketing. We have done some amazing things. And, you know, that juice I talked about, the mangosteen was made into a juice. And after 10 and a half years, we actually obtained and were issued a patent from the U.S. Patent Office. We're no longer patent pending. We are patented. And that means some significant things as far as the competition goes. You know, we started our own 501(c)(3) charity when we were just 5 years old. You know, Xango was the very first company to ever be a jersey sponsor of a professional sports team here in America. And the list of accolades to our owners and to our company just goes on and on and on. Let me explain how our structure works, and I'll compare it to corporate America. See, corporate America, there's one guy at the top of the heap. That's the CEO, and no one will ever make any more money than him. And under that is the president, the vice presidents, down at the very bottom are those hardworking employees. And people can spend their entire lives trying to climb that corporate ladder. And you can climb a rung or two. Most will never see past middle management. And every now and then you hear some amazing, incredible story about the guy who worked his way up from the mailroom. Well, we're just completely different than that. See, when we get started in our own business at Xango, we have 9 partners, minimum. Upline from us, there are 9 distributorships that actually earn commissions on every sale we make, every customer we bring in, and they have financial incentive to help us. And then we begin to build our business, and we can build it as big as we want. We all started exactly the same place, and we started to build our network with the help of our partners. You know, compared to corporate America, Donald Trump said corporations are really pyramid schemes. You know, and speaking of Donald Trump and other wealthy people, what do they really think about network marketing? You know, he was asked actually on the Tonight Show by David Letterman, what would you do if you lost everything and had to start over from scratch? And he said, without hesitation, I'd find a good network marketing company and get to work. And of course, there's lots of famous quotes from motivational speaker Les Brown, former Prime Minister Tony Blair, Bill Gates from Microsoft, former President Bill Clinton, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They all have very positive things about network marketing, about the direct selling industry, and about how this is the future of our economy and what a significant contribution our industry makes to our economy. Now let's just look at how traditional products are brought to market outside of the network marketing arena. Let's just look at a can of Red Bull, for example. It is manufactured somewhere in the world in a plant and costs actually about 10 cents a can to manufacture. And then they mark it up and sell it to the global distributor, and the global goes to the national to the local, and finally that local distributor will put it in the stores. We'll put it in retail stores, we'll put it in Costco's, and when they do that, everyone has to mark it up a little bit along the way until finally the consumer is able to get that product, a significantly higher price. Now, along the way also, there's a lot of advertising that takes place. You know that most companies pay 50% or more of their budget in the form of advertising. Now, Red Bull, for example, spends their advertising budget on big promotions and paying superstars and athletes and sponsoring monster trucks and things like that to give you product awareness. Now let's just take a look at the Xango difference for a moment. Our products are also manufactured somewhere in the world and cost less to produce than what they're sold for. But then it goes to Xango, who marks it up, and then, like other companies, they pay 50% of their budget out in the form of advertising. The difference is Xango pays that in word-of-mouth advertising to you and I for simply using and sharing the products. You know, Jim Rohn said one customer well taken care of could be more valuable than $10,000 worth of advertising. And, of course, word of mouth is the most effective form of advertising because people will purchase a product based on a recommendation from somebody that they know and they trust. And so finally, our products get to you, the consumer, but the only middleman between us and that manufacturing plant is Xango, is our company. They're the national distributor, they're the local distributor, they're everything, and we get that product for less. We can mark it up more to a retail price and sell to our retail consumers, or we can allow other distributors and customers, we can build a network on wholesale customers, allowing them to purchase at the same wholesale price that we do and still get paid those word-of-mouth referral bonuses just for drinking and sharing, using and sharing the products. Now, why Xango? People ask me why Xango. There's a lot of companies out there in our industry. There's a lot of companies with a lot of great products and some fun stuff that's going on. But you know what? Out of all the companies that have ever started in our industry, and I'm only going to go back to 1957 with these statistics, but really our industry started a long, long, long time before then. But since 1957, there's a lot of companies that started then that are still in existence today. So we're going to just look at that. Out of all those companies, there's only 50-some that have ever even made it to their 10th birthday. Now, that's not unlike any other industry. When you look at any business that starts, whether it's in the retail industry or the restaurant industry or any industry, there's very few companies that ever make it. I mean, many companies fail within their first 12 months. Most fail within their first 3 years. But to make it 10 years and older, that takes a company with a lot of special stuff going on. I mean, they've got the secret sauce. This is a company that has the right people in place and has the right products and has the right marketing system, and it has a vision for the future. So 50-some companies out of tens of thousands of just documented companies, there's really a lot more than that. Do you know that the IRS says at any given time there's over 2,000 companies that are registered as a network marketing company, but really we'll only hear of a couple hundred of them. So that number really is a lot higher, but tens of thousands of documented companies that really did try to make a go of it, 50-some ever made it to the 10th birthday. So I want you to think about that for a minute when we talk about how special. Do you know Xango was the fastest company to reach $100 million a year in sales out of 64 that have ever done it? And we were the fastest company to reach $250 million a year. These are annual sales out of only 36 companies that have ever accomplished that. Now, of course, $1 billion, we talk about $1 billion, that's a big mark. And, you know, we built our first product, that Xango Juice, into a $1 billion brand in just 5 years. Now, that's faster than many other companies who do $1 billion annually today, such as Apple and Microsoft, Starbucks, and Dell and Nike and Walmart and so many other companies that we know that are $1 billion annual companies today. We reached that $1 billion cumulative mark faster than any of them. Now, of course, we want to do that $1 billion annually. We're not there yet. There's only 11 companies in the history of our industry that have ever accomplished that. You know, it took them an average of 36 years to do it. The current record holder did it in 18. Now, Xango is 11 and a half years old. We are on track to meet and beat that record as well. And, of course, when Xango is doing $1 billion a year in sales, they'll be paying out $500 million a year in commissions to you and I for using those products and sharing them with others. You know, since then, we've launched and opened over 43 markets. And, again, we've created millionaires and multimillionaires galore, 10 times the number of our closest competition did in the same time frame with the same volume. Now, Xango offers solutions. So we're just going to talk about a couple problems here in the solutions that Xango offers and what's creating this financial opportunity for us. First one, lack of energy. We all know that. That hits us no matter how old we are, how young we are. It hits us because today we sleep less and we do more just to get by. Now, the market solution is pretty scary. A lot of products that are high in calories, high in sugar, high in caffeine, and actually are sending people to the emergency rooms or even the morgues at a record number. And, of course, we see that all over the news today. All we have to do is Google energy drink health problems and thousands of reports. But we have a solution. The Xalo solution is Xalo Limitless. It gives you limitless health, energy, and opportunity. Now let's just compare it to some of the other so-called energy drinks out there on the market. Now I picked some of the most common energy drinks sold, and on this chart I put the most common size the drink is sold in. See, on the cans you'll see the nutritional values per serving, but a serving of an energy drink is only 8 ounces, yet the most common size of a Red Bull sold is 16. Same thing with AMP. The most common size of Rockstar sold is 24 ounces, and the most common size of Monster is 32 ounces. Now, when people buy a 24-ounce or a 32-ounce, they're going to drink the whole thing. They're not going to pour out 8 ounces and have their little serving and be done. So to really evaluate and compare to these other products, we want to look at what it would take if you consume that entire can. And that Monster, you drink that whole can of Monster, 400 calories, 108 grams of sugar, 108 carbs, and the cost on all of these. Now you can find them on sale and get a 2-for-1 or get, whatever it is to get it down a little bit. But I promise you this, folks, they're not going to pay you to drink and share their products, and you might be paying a lot of money for health problems that you might be having now or in the future if you continue to use these. Xalo Limitless, 4 calories, less than a gram of sugar, only 3 carbs, and it comes in all sizes because it comes in a single serving pouch. It's a powder that you just pour into a water bottle or whatever drink container, and you can mix it according to taste and according to what you want. 8 to 32 ounces. It can be an 8-ounce drink or it can be a 32-ounce drink, and no matter what size it is that you enjoy, it still has just the 4 calories. So a very, very amazing product, and again, we just drink and share. So how do we be successful? We stop drinking this junk, and we start drinking the Limitless, and we tell our friends about it. Now, this Limitless product is such an amazing product that it actually started an entire movement with the younger generation. Now, the younger generation, they all drink energy drinks, and they all tell their friends every cool thing they come across. And now, all they have to do is tell their friends, and as they start drinking the Limitless, they can get their products for free, or they can make a little bit of money, or they can make a lot of money. And this movement, Millionaire by 30, started actually in Phoenix, Arizona, just about a year ago, and it's already become a global, worldwide movement. Very exciting. The Limitless is just one of the products in our Pro line. Our Pro line has products for people who want to run a little longer, work a little harder, recover a little faster. With our Reload, which is our recovery product, if you exercise or just go to an amusement park and do some extra activity during the day that you're not used to, your muscles can be sore and tired. You can wake up the next day regretting, especially if you actually work out and go to the gym and lift weights, your muscles can really be dying. But this will help your muscles recover. It'll help replenish those electrolytes. And it is an amazing anti-aging product as well, because as we age, we lose muscle mass, and it helps us rebuild that muscle. And the Ignite is a performance product for pre-workout. But again, if you're going to go for a hike, or if you're going to go to an amusement park, or you're going to do any kind of activity that's more than normal, but especially if you're going to play a sport or work out in a gym, Ignite has this nitric oxide. It's a vasodilator. It will boost your performance. It boosts oxygen into the blood and helps that performance so much more. And those products are this amazing line. And now we have this ageless also, because your best hasn't even happened yet. Let's just talk about aging, one other problem that will affect all of us one day if it's not already. And if you're younger, under 30, well, this is what you have to look forward to, and there's nothing any of us can do about it. We age. You know, the aging process really begins about 30 years old significantly, which is why most professional athletes actually retire in their 30s. They lose the muscle mass, they lose, their hormones are imbalanced, low energy, the oxidative stress, their bone density, all of these things happen as we get older. Now, the global anti-aging market is a $300 billion a year industry, and this is what people are spending their money on. The market solution to aging is to address the symptoms of aging and not aging at its actually core level. Now, I want to just talk about one single ingredient. Ageless is actually made up of 9 key ingredients, special blends, and one blend is a cellular regeneration blend that actually works at the DNA level, helps repair that DNA. The rejuvenation blend, this is actually helping to regenerate our muscles and balance our hormone levels and give us mental and physical stamina. Our cardiovascular blend actually supports circulation by providing powerful antioxidant support, one of the most important things to aging. You know, there's videos we have by doctors that tell us all about aging and how it happens and all the different theories of aging. There's a theory that says telomeres, that the length of our telomeres depends on how we age. And there's another theory that's about that free radical damage that we're doing to our cells, and this powerful antioxidant can help that. And another one is about our mitochondria, our little power plants within our cells that as it's kind of like our batteries die. As the mitochondria starts to die, we have these aging. Well, our ingredients address all of that. But I have one ingredient on the screen that I want to talk about, and that's Shilajit. See, when I heard about Shilajit, I'd never heard of it before. It was kind of sexy, kind of mysterious. It has thousands of years of folklore behind it, yet current modern science and research. And as I investigated, I said, oh my gosh, deja vu. Here we have another story to tell, a story that people haven't heard yet. And see, when you've got a story to tell that somebody hasn't heard before, they'll listen to you. And if they listen and they try this product, and I said, wow, if this product works, we're going to make millions. Folks, does the product work? It works. There's a website dedicated just to share the stories of how the different Xango products are changing people's lives. It's XangoExperiences.com. And on this site, people are just reporting their stories, some of them after a couple of days. I mean, you can notice immediately within that few days that improved circulation and warmth, improved energy, mental clarity and focus. After just a few weeks, improved muscle tone and overall energy, mood and cognitive health, immune function. And within a few months, improved cardiovascular health, skin tone, reduced belly fat, weight loss, and so much more. So check out the stories and see what people are experiencing. And these, again, are just a couple of products in a line of products with different divisions and different brands with different solutions to different problems that can help us live longer, live better, and make some incredible money if we simply use and share those products with others. So how do you do it? You just look for people who are looking for more money, more health. Give them information. It can be tools like brochures and CDs. They still do that. Or sending people online to get information on the website. This is a 24-hour-a-day business, global business, that you can simply give people information and then introduce them to your mentor, your partner. It could be your sponsor, could be your sponsor's sponsor, could be that first person upline from you who's a member of our $1 Million Club. But this team, there's a team of people standing by ready to help mentor you. And you simply bring them to the events. Could be these webinars, could be a home meeting, could be a local hotel meeting, or just a three-way call to somebody in your upline. The more meetings you do, the more money you make. And we're a team. We do this together. The first goal is to break even, then get to 1,000 a month. 1,000 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4. As we continue to use these products and share them with other people and encourage them to do the same thing, we start building a network of customers and distributors that will eventually expand all over the world. Now, it's about creating a residual income stream. See, as you share these products and opportunity with people and they continue to order and use these products, you will get paid every time people buy products. It's about residual income versus earned income. Earned income is just trading time for money. We only have so much time. There's only so much money we can make, and you cannot build a legacy or a future or retirement income with that. But if you leverage yourself by building a team, 3, 4, 5 business partners, and you help them do the same, all of a sudden those numbers grow and grow and grow, and the people purchasing products from you grow and grow and grow, and you can leverage yourself to freedom. If you think about it, what would you do if somebody offered you $1 million in cash or one single penny, but they promised to double that penny every day for 30 days? What would you take? Now, some people will try to calculate in their head a penny, 2, 4. After a week, it's not even $1. After a couple weeks, it's not even $100. So the brain is thinking, oh, the $1 million. But, folks, get out your calculators and do the math. You keep doubling that penny, and it will add up to significantly more than $1 million within that 30 days. And the great thing is that with this business, you don't just have the 30 days or 30 months or 30 years. This is a lifelong residual income opportunity, and you can double your penny as many times as you want. I mean, think about it. Who do you know that would like to make some more money? And who do they know? And who do they know? And who do they know? And so on. We have a worldwide global compensation plan and so many different ways to make money. And the compensation plan is all about building volume. We simply find people and we start team building teams. And some of those people are going to sponsor a few customers. We actually have a program for customers called Nothing Beats Free where you can get products for free. And some of those people are going to sponsor other distributors, people who want to make money. And so as you're doing that, we've got bonuses for customers, and we have bonuses on distributors. We have weekly power starts, and we have weekly customer program. We also have bonus pools from customer volume bonus pools that get paid out at the early level rank. You can get into it by building a team of 3 people and a total of 1,000 in volume. Will get you into that first iBonus pool all the way up to giant global leadership pools where people can actually share in all the sales of every single product in this company in the entire world. Now, I'm just going to explain a couple of little basics about how this works. This is our bold compensation plan, and it's about you and team building. You find some people, again, some will sponsor some customers, some will sponsor some distributors, and as we leverage ourselves and build those teams, we will promote and earn more money in our compensation plan as long as we've got personal volume, and then we determine what our personal group volume is. That's you and all your customers and distributors, everyone on that team combined. And then you're going to sponsor people, and your sponsored legs hit a certain group volume. And then you're also going to have different placement legs. These are people placed underneath you, different legs that have some volume. So that's all we need to do. We are just building legs and helping them create volume. And we can focus on the Nothing Beats Free for our customers. You know, 3 or more customers, you can get free products. 3 customers who buy juice, you can get juice for free. 3 customers who buy Ageless, you can get Ageless for free. But we've got all kinds of other amazing products. And 3 or more customers who accumulate 500 or more in customer volume, we get a catalog of products to choose from our amazing skincare line, Glimpse, our personal care line, Junie, our weight management line, Faveo, our nutritional targeted supplement line, Precise, so many different things to choose from. They'll hand you a catalog, and you can just look through and go, oh, I want to try that. And if you get 1,000 or more in customer volume from all your customers combined, then it's anything in the catalog and hundreds of dollars worth of free products. So it's kind of exciting. They also reward customers and new distributors. By the way, distributors earn nothing beats free. Customers earn nothing beats free. Customers can also earn what's called ADP rewards. It's our automatic delivery program where if you commit to a pack of products that gets shipped to you every single month, you can actually get, after 3 months, they'll send you a $50 product voucher for anything you want. After another 3 months, a $100 voucher. After another 6 months, a total of a year, another $100 plus 2 event tickets that could be to a life-changing event for you, such as our national, regionals, conventions to our international convention. I'm just going to talk about a couple of bonuses, and I'm not going to go into any detail. I would recommend that if you're interested, you attend a compensation plan training so that you can understand all of the amazing, powerful bonuses that we have here and find out why Xango's created more millionaires, 10 times the number than the closest competition. Customer Connect. Every customer that you sponsor, not only can you sponsor customers and actually qualify to earn free products, but as a distributor, you can actually get a 15% commission that's paid weekly. As soon as your customer places an order, next week you're getting a check in the mail for 15% of that volume. More customers you have, more checks, and you can actually earn commissions on all of your customers down through your 9-level organization. What does that mean? If you sponsor a distributor who sponsors a customer, that's your 2nd-level customer. If you sponsor a distributor who sponsors a distributor who sponsors a customer, that would be your 3rd level, and so on, down through 9 levels of customer pay. And all of those customers, could be thousands eventually, you get paid weekly every time they place an order. It's pretty exciting. We have a Power Start bonus. It's the first order of a distributor. So if you sponsor a new distributor, their very first order, you're going to get 25% on that. And you can make 15% on your distributor's new distributors. We have an amazing unilevel. We pay out 2% on level 1. That means all the people that you personally sponsor and place them on your front line. Whatever they order, you get 2% of that. And you also get 5% on all the distributors in your 9-level organization. 5% on level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is huge. You know, the average compensation plan pays out 6 levels, 7 levels. 8 is considered extremely good. There's very few of those, but very, very few 9-level unilevels. And those deeper pay plans out there pay 1% or 2. We pay 5%. So imagine that. If you leveraged yourself and you had 3 people on your front line and helped them each get 3 of their own, that would be 9 people on your 2nd level. It'd be 27 on your 3rd. And get your calculators out. Do some math. At 9 level, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that you can actually earn on. 5%, very huge. That's why we pay out so much. Our unilevel, again, attend a compensation plan, but this chart just shows you our titles. Down from our first pin level, the 1K, which means they have 1,000 in volume. Our pin titles reflect the amount of group volume that you have, all the way to our 500K, which is our top income earning position, with at least 500,000 in volume. But if you look at this chart, it'll tell you the number of partners you need to find. 3 good partners will take you all the way to Premier. Premier is 50,000 in volume with 3 partners. 2 of them have at least 20,000 on their team. 1 has at least 5,000. You've got at least 2 different placement leagues. That Premier position is a 5-figure monthly income on average. All the way up to our 500K, which is just 5 business partners. 5 business partners, 3 different legs, and you can actually earn what the average 500K makes is over 6 figures a month. And again, that's just the average. You can make significantly more than that if you want to. It's all about how many partners that you choose to work with. We have a Drive Your Own Dream program where you can actually qualify to get what people call a car bonus, because most people buy a car with it. But you can buy anything you want, which is amazing, because Xango doesn't tell you what kind of car to buy or what color, any of that. They just say, it's your dream. Here's the money to drive it. So a 5K with at least 10,000 in volume can qualify for that very first lifestyle bonus, which is $400, and it goes up to $800 depending on your rank. Rank advancement bonuses. See, these are all in addition to bonuses. Rank advancement, from the 20K position on, every time you hit a new rank, you can actually earn a rank advancement bonus no matter how long it takes you to hit those ranks. If it took you 10 years to hit that 20K title, you'd get a $3,000 bonus. But we do have an accelerated program to help you develop a game plan, a track to run on, and do it within certain time frames. So if you do it in 6 months, that number goes up to $5,000. And so on. It goes all the way down to Premier, 100K, 200K, 500K. The 500K position, again, 5 partners, average income is 6 figures a month. So that's the residual side. But the rank advancement bonus side, if you did that in a 4-year time frame and you followed this whole track, there's a couple $100,000 in additional bonuses that you can earn while building that 6-figure monthly income. Now think about that. What else is a 4-year game plan? A college degree. Boy, if I had kids starting college today, I would start them with their college courses and their Xango courses. And I would tell them to drink and share this Limitless with every college student because they all need it. And I would say that not only could they get free product, but by the time they graduate with that 4-year degree, they could be graduating also, having earned enough rank advancement bonuses to pay for the entire education so they graduate debt-free, and having already developed a 6-figure monthly income. You know, whatever your plan is in life, 4 years to leverage yourself to freedom. Pretty incredible. Our iBonus pools, this is every customer order in the world that goes into a pool. There's 3 different pools. They take 5% of all customer volume. They give 3% to 1Ks. 1K with 1,000 in volume. That's an entry-level position. They can share in 3% of all the customer orders in the world. 5Ks get a 1% pool, 20Ks get a 1% pool, and as you go on to become a premier, our leadership pools, our global bonus pools are paid on every order in the company by distributors and customers. They take 3% and they put it aside in pools, and all of these pools you can get bigger shares of the pools depending on your volume. The more I volume, the more the shares in the customer pool, the more bigger premier you are, the more shares you get in the global bonus pool. You know, I dare anyone to compare our compensation plan, why we create more millionaires than the competition. It's not just we have multiple ways to make money, but we have an actual 50% payout. The average in the industry is 32%. Now again, I recommend that you attend a compensation plan training to learn all the details of how this works. But a lot of companies pay up to 50% or as much as 50%, but the only way they would actually pay it is if every single distributor in the company was qualified at the very, very top position. But of course that doesn't happen. And so most companies keep what's called breakage. That simply means if you have volume lower, in deeper levels than what you're qualified to earn on, you don't get paid on it. And so most companies keep it. But we're one of the very, very few that actually pays it to the field. See, if you're not qualified for a bonus, you've got volume on your 10th level, but you're not qualified to get it, the company's not going to keep that. They're going to pay it to someone upline from you who is. On the same note, if you're building a network and you're one step ahead, if you're a 5K, you're eligible for 5 levels of pay. If you've got a 1K underneath you, they're only eligible for 4. What if they have volume on their 5th, 6th, 7th level? The company will pay that breakage to you. It's just math. You know, there's a billion-dollar company out there that obviously has produced way more millionaires than us because they've been around 50, 60 years. They've had more time to do that. And yet that company, just when they release their public records, a publicly traded company, which shows all the sales and the revenues and where they spent the money, and here's their commissions to the field, was 17%. So let's just think about the average in the industry is 32. This billion-dollar publicly traded big giant company paid out 17%. Xango pays out 50%. Xango does $1 billion in sales in a year. It's going to be $500 million in commissions. If it was the average company, it'd be $320 million. If it was this billion-dollar publicly traded company, it would be $170 million. You see the difference? It's math. We get paid more money overall. Our distributors, every company's got a few guys at the top making lots and lots of money, but we have a massive amount of success. We have the middle class. A lot of companies don't have the middle class. We have the middle class. You will earn according to your efforts. A little effort, a little money, a lot of effort, a lot of money. It's completely up to you. So many things we could talk about our comp plan. I encourage you again to attend a comp plan training. But again, why Xango? Because Xango's a sure thing. We're not a gamble. Companies come and companies go. The odds of picking a company like Xango are few and far between, and we've got it, a sure thing. The opportunity to create a legacy income, a residual income that will last you for the rest of your life. You will never have to worry about starting over again. It's a business you can will to your children, your grandchildren. Don't gamble on your future. The timing has never been better than now. And all you need to do to be successful is find 3 A's. What's an A? See, everyone who attends this presentation is going to fall into one of 3 categories. A, I love it. I see it. Let's go change the world. B, I don't know. I need more information. I want to try the products. I want to attend the comp plan training. C, thanks, but no thanks. Not really interested. It doesn't matter if you start out as a B or a C, but eventually it's the A's. We're looking for 3 to 5 A's. The question the person who sent you to this presentation is, are you one? If so, let them know. I know the score, folks. You know, people who know the score, if you knew the score, you could change the world, right? Think about a professional sports team. If you knew the score ahead of time, you could place a bet and win lots of money, right? If you don't know the score, it can be kind of a scary experiencing. You go to the professional sport team live and you're watching the game. If your team is down by 20 with 2 minutes to go, that's when the stands are emptying. People are leaving and they're trying to get to their car, beat the traffic. Or if you record a game and you are watching it and you don't know the end of the score, it's the same emotional experience. There are ups and downs and anger and all kinds of stuff that happens as these different things are happening in a game. But if you knew the score, it's a whole different experience. You just sit back, you just watch it, and you love it. And folks, I want you to know I know the score. If you play the Xango game, you will win. You will be a winner. And all you have to do is know that and trust that so you don't go through that emotional roller coaster during the game, because along the way, there's going to be times when you think it's over and you're quitting and wanting to give up on yourself. Just don't do it. I know the score, you win. There's never been a failure in Xango, but sadly, there's been a lot of quitters. You know, my first couple of months, I shared the opportunity with about 50 friends, 10 or 20 or so joined me. Some as customers, some as distributors, some quit. But ultimately, I had 3 business partners that stayed consistent and worked with me, and I became a premier, earning a 5-figure monthly income. By the end of the year, I kept looking for people and sharing. I had 5 business partners working with me that eventually took me to 500K premier, and eventually over 1 million people all over the world, customers, distributors, hundreds of levels, thousands of levels deep eventually. I got this massive legacy. By my 3rd year, I had earned $1 million. I was set for life. Now, the only thing I'm going to tell you about our business is that it doesn't matter if you go big or small or slow or fast. It just matters that you consistently share our products with other people. And if you just did 100 a month and you just shared the opportunity with other people and sponsored just 1 person a month who also did 100 a month, if everybody just did 100 and sponsored a new person who does 100, who sponsors a new person who does 100, everybody's just doing this for 12 months, you can build that 500K position. It takes time. Our first couple of checks, we might not break even, some of us, till the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th month in. However, many people are breaking even their first week or 2nd week if they focus on our Nothing Beats Free program, which we'll explain in the compensation plan training. But whatever kind of effort you make, big or small, as long as it's consistent, will add up to a serious lifelong residual income. Folks, get ready for Xango Generation Next. We are here to mentor you, to work with you, to partner with you. More than 100 millionaires in the first 10 years alone. Get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. Ask him how you can become part of Xango Generation Next.